Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Addiction Solutions with Roselle. I'm your host, Roselle Frederick White Sr., and I am so glad that you were able to join me for another episode. As I say in the beginning of every show, I want you to go to YouTube, go to the search engine, and type in Addiction Solutions with Roselle and subscribe to the channel. Now, tell your coworkers, neighbors, friends, family members, anyone you think that could use this information, tell them to do the same. This is free information. It won't cost you anything. Nobody knows you're subscribing. So the point is, what will it cost you? There's over 40 videos on this channel, and there might be a video in here that could help you, that could get you off of this addiction track that I was on. I was saved, there's no doubt about it, from a 30-plus year addiction, and that included heroin and alcohol. And so, yes, I tell everyone, I had a slip with pain pills. And so, I had over 30 surgeries, knees, back, feet, all of that. And next thing I know, I'm in a pain management clinic, I'm taking pain pills, and next thing I know, it was out of control. Me being honest, because you must be honest, I admitted that I was addicted to the pain pills. So I forfeited my clean time only for the benefit of other people. So I've accumulated 5 years from drugs. Now, alcohol is a drug, period. It says that in recovery literature. So June 22nd, 1990 was the last time Roselle F. White Sr. had a drink. Now, I could have played a game and went to Alcoholics Anonymous, which I did, but I admitted to them what happened with the pain pills. But I could have been a liar, like I was most of my life, and went into the meeting and just professed to my clean time, which is honest, and left it at that. But no, I don't play games anymore. I am come too far in life to be playing games. If God is willing, October 29th, I'll be 74 years old. So there's no more time for games. So there's a history on Roselle, so take a look at your history sometime. You'll be surprised. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think. So, because I have a Savior, and this is not a biblical Christian program. This is a down-to-earth, grassroots recovery program that is funded by a spiritual being. Okay, so we're going to finish up the 21-point manual, the last chapter, chapter 21. And you've always allowed me to read from my notes, but chapter 21 says, do not use and repeat the previous 20 steps. Stay happy, stay healthy, and most of all, stay clean. Well, you say, Roselle, what are the previous steps? And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you weren't around when we were doing the 21-point manual? Well, let me explain something to you. The manual is really, really simple. And what I'm going to do is what I promised I was going to do is from this point forward, after I did the 21 points, what I promised I was going to do was read a little out of the actual chapter, because like I said, the book has been finished. It's online, but I haven't published it yet. And so, it's costly. It's really, really expensive to self-publish. So, at some point, somebody will come along and they will publish my material. I have 2 books, 366 Days of Recovery, my first year in recovery, the guide for a recovering addict, and 365 Days of Recovery, you have to fail in order to succeed. And so those 2 books are already out. They've been out for years. And so my 3rd book is out. And so, well, it's not out, it's online. And so I haven't published it yet. But nevertheless, something will happen. People, as I said in the last episode, people say, well, you don't have a lot of followers, you don't have a lot of subscribers, so what you're doing must not be that important. People are going to say what they want to say. I'm doing the mission and purpose that my God has given me. And if nobody listens to this show but myself, my children, my wife, that's fine. But nevertheless, I know that the journey I've been on has been one that's really miraculous. It's just been unbelievable. And so the book tells it all. Both books tell it all. The 21-point manual is my life. That's my blood too, because I had to literally do all of that. The 10-point stop sign, the phase chart, that's my life. I had to go through all of that. I ran through every stop sign. Every time I was supposed to stop and do what I was supposed to do, I kept going. The dope house was more important. The dope man married me and that pack of heroin. He said, I now pronounce you man and pack. And so I was married to a pack of drugs. And consequently, I lost 2 wives that just could not take any more of my drug use and alcohol use and my abusive behavior. So I accept that. I'm not angry at anyone. I look back and I had to get really, really honest with my life and what I really did. And so for me to be here now, able, for me to be here now and really be able to do something like this is more than a miracle, man. This is something that you had to be in my shoes to understand that I came from nothing. And the point was, I was never there. I always, I had an education, I had a good job, I had a nice place to live, I had beautiful employment background, but when drugs and alcohol took over, that stuff didn't matter anymore. So I decided to do all of this a little while back. And so, there's people that it's helped, and I know it has. And so I'm not looking for anything out of this, money or nothing like that. The God I serve has provided for me. So I don't have to be worrying about, I'm going to get money, I'm going to get this. It's not about that. I'm taken care of. As long as I have a roof over my head and food on my table, then I'm blessed, because I came from a mighty long way. So anyway, we're going to end the show there. That's the end of the 21-point manual, the brief overview. So what I decided to do is next week, I'm going to give you a little synopsis of each chapter. And so not a lot, but just a little bit to let you know what each one of these 21-point manuals were about. So I thank you for joining me today. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you next week. Peace and love.